Hey there, geographers. Angela here again, and I'm really excited to get started on North America. You all have done such an amazing job with Russia and really taking those case studies to heart. And I can see that in your responses, in your discussions, and just overall, such an amazing job. So let's go ahead and get started on North America. Let's take a look at the overview. It's going to be very similar to the other overviews that we've seen. So we're on week 5, but we're in chapter 4. So our reading chapters are definitely offset a little bit in that, but we're on week 5. We're reading chapter 4. Here is a link to that chapter. We're talking about North America, and it's kind of fun because we live here. So hopefully some of the issues, the place names, and these physical features are going to be a little bit more familiar for all of us. So as always, we start off with the study notes. We always have two parts of our study notes. We've got our required reading, we've got our discussion board, and then we've got our quiz. As always, by Sundays, we've got our 3 responses to our classmates that are due. Now let's go ahead and move into our notes. Here are what the notes are going to be like. Now remember, these notes are just really an outline or an expression of our reading. So the reading is going to be the most important part. So we go ahead and click on this reading here. You're going to notice that there's going to be a lot more images and content. Oh my gosh, looking at these colors and learning about North America, some of the similarities with other locations. Go ahead and check out some of these amazingly beautiful, beautiful visual maps. And then after we read, that always brings us into our part B notes. As always, I encourage you to take notes on your own as well. When we take those notes from our reading and also from the study notes that I've provided, it just means success for your quiz. The other thing, too, is that when you make sure that when you talk in these discussion boards that you reference, if you're say like the book says, and then make sure to provide that reference. You're going to notice that last week for Russia, I actually filled in some of your references for you. We can't just copy and paste the references anymore. In college, it's required that we do it either in MLA or in APA format. And so since our department is in a liberal studies side, that means that we need to lean more APA. So I have a link that I've put in the announcements for you, and I'm going to go over that in just a minute. I just noticed I've got the numbers here wrong. So, in order to receive a complete for your discussion, it means that you need to respond to 3 of your classmates. Obviously, you post in your initial post. You can either write or speak your initial post or your 3 responses and provide references from our text, our notes, or other resources. And then we come to our quiz, where I encourage you to take notes on everything and then go ahead and take those quizzes. Now, you'll notice this week what I did pop in here was how to reference. How to reference is a really important collegiate skill that we learn. So, here is a video, and I go over with you how to reference and how to cite. And then there's this really cool link here. It's on scribber.com. And when we're using a web page or an article or a book, we literally, if we're using like Washington Post like last week, you just copy and paste and you put it right in here. Bam. And guess what it does for you? I mean, that's not the book, what we were talking about. This is something different. Um, but you click cite and it's going to cite it for you. You copy and paste it and you put that in whatever it is that you need to reference. Let's go ahead and see if I've got anything here. Yeah, here we've got something that had to do with Russia. So here's a website, and when we want to reference it, we pop it in here. We click cite. Watch you guys, it does it for you. It's amazing. It's right here. Bam. You go to it, you say, yes, it's copied to my clipboard. You go back to the discussion and you pop it in there. Because in college, we have to really learn how to cite properly and not just copy and paste websites. So let's go back to this. And then again, here is a video overview of how to do that. And then in our announcements, I also have another video here that goes over really why we need to reference and why that's important. So there's a video link to that here as well. So the reason why I'm teaching you this, it's really, really important, is that when we don't reference, we could be at risk for getting a zero because it's technically plagiarism. So I just really care about all of you, and I don't want our college's policy is that if anything is copied or if it's not referenced, it's technically plagiarism. So I want to make sure that I'm teaching you those skills, and please let me know how I can help you out. I know it might seem like a pain, but I'm really doing it because I care about you and I want the very, very best for you. I believe at all of our LACCD schools, we should be giving you guys the very best education possible. Each and every one of you deserves that. I hope you have an amazing week learning about North America, and please reach out to me for anything. I love hearing from each and every one of you.